Hi guys, today we're going to show you how we make soap. In here I have my oils. I do a 40% coconut oil, 30% olive oil, 20% palm, and then my two super fats, which is castor oil and sweet almond oil. So basically what you do is you start out with your oils, you make sure that they're good and they're room temp. You usually use one of these little devices and register it, and we're just perfect on that. And then you pour, this is the lye water, it's already cooled down, pour it into here. Okay, and then we are going to blend these together. Now this part is the noisy part. It's not as loud as in person. It seems to like amplify on the videos. So sorry about that. I will learn how to edit that sound out in the future. Okay, I'm checking to see if we've reached trace. We're almost there. I'll give it a little bit more, and I'm going to do under because we're going to still be blending when I mix it in with the colors of the fragrance. Okay. This will be messy. Okay, set that aside. So, I'm going to be mixing a few different colors. I'm going to start with a few fragrances or a few colors at the bottom color at first. Listen to me try and talk and form words. So in here, I've got a copper color. I think when I put it in that it's going to go white. If not, I will add a little titanium dioxide. So I'm just going to pour it in. I think about that should be about it. Set this to the side. My rags. Okay, and I'm gonna little bit of hand blend a little so I can scrape it off the bottom because I put it in, usually I put it on top, but today I pre-mixed it into oils. I'm trying to do something new. See how it works. It's kind of how soaping is. It's trial and errors. You do something one way and you try something new. Sometimes it don't work out, other times it does. All right, and I'm gonna sit this right here. Okay, so I think it needs just a little bit of a lightening, so I got my bottle of titanium dioxide. It's mixed with a teeny bit of water. Just pour probably like that much in there. And then I might as well add my fragrance oil now. Just a little bit because we're going to need some for the others. And I'm going to wipe up my messes here. And then we're going to get my stick blender. Yeah, I think that's a little bit lighter color. I'm kind of going for like a kind of bronzy kind of sand color. I don't want the normal like sand. I want it to stick out a little bit more. Okay, and so I'm gonna also be adding in some oats. It's gonna give it a little texture and make it look a little bit more like sand. These things are sometimes a pain in the butt with gloves, but you must wear gloves. So I'm gonna put in see how that is. Yeah, I think I'll put a little bit more in. Because I want it to be looking really sandy. Actually, might as well put the whole thing in. There's only a little bit left in there. So that was 2 ounces. Alright. And then I'm going to stir it up. And you see like all those little bits. So the bottom will be very exfoliating, and when you cut it and it dries, it should have these little things, so it kind of will look like sand. I think I might try a little bit more titanium dioxide, just to tone it down a teeny bit. And I'm going to blend it, and I'm going to do all this rest of this by hand. And it's really great. Unlike my soap that I made yesterday, it's nice and fluidy. And now that I've said that, I probably cursed myself for the rest. We'll see. So what I'm going to do, and the reason why I did this first is because I want it to go in here, and I want it to kind of set while I work on blending up the rest. So we'll just pour that in here. It almost looks like terracotta. But, you know, there's so many different types of sand. I actually want to go to Greece. In Greece, there is actually black sand beaches. It sounds so beautiful. It sounds kind of odd. Why would there be black sand? But it's actually from probably thousands of years ago when there was volcanoes. The volcanoes made it so that they went into the sea. And over time, which is sand is made throughout time, it's made it so that the sand there is all black. I think it would be so pretty. There, of course, is white sand beaches, and I'm sure probably some other shades. So right here, it's in here, and I'm going to just tap it. What that does is get any air bubbles that are in there out. And again, I know that is loud on camera. So I'm just going to set this over here for a second. And then we're going to finish up the rest. In here, I have, we'll set that aside, Midnight Blue and Tropical Teal. And then we're going to use some TD again too. So what I'm going to do is pour this into here. Pour some into here. Bit more here and here, and then I'm going to have this teeny bit left. It's a little bit less than that. So this right here, I'm going to put some titanium dioxide in it, because I want that one to be white. This will obviously need to be stick blended. Titanium dioxide, the best way to blend it is with a stick blender. I'm going to add some of my fragrance in there, and in here, and in here. So this is a 4-ounce bottle, and I'm doing about 3 ounces between all of them. Okay, so again, I'm going to start with a little bit of the hand blending. I'll probably end up using the mixer. So I went really light on using my blue colorant, because sometimes I feel like I put too much in there and I could achieve the same color with lesser. But in this regard, I might need to put a little bit more. But it's always easier to add than it is to take away. So it's looking pretty good. I will do the stick blender in a little bit, but I don't want to make it get too hard too fast. And then I'll mix this one up, trying to make sure I scrape the bottom and get that all up. I definitely think this one's going to need a little bit more color. And I have to grab out there. Another spatula. Okay. Let's see. And this one I'm just doing pretty little. Let's see. Let's scrape off the spoon. So I'm going to start with my stick blender, starting with this one. I got it really low so the shield is. And I think that actually looks pretty good there. Scrape that that off a little. I'm not going to worry about too much scraping off. Stick this aside. And I am going to pull out these spatulas. Oh, there goes a mess. Get that cleaned up real quick. Okay, so I am gonna add into both of these just a little extra color. I want it to be a little bit brighter than that, so not too much. That's the teal. And then the midnight blue. I can tell already we're starting to set up, so better do this quick. It's still fluidy, but oh, that's so much brighter and prettier. I'll scrape off a little bit. Such a messy thing, soaping, but if it was really, really fluidy, I'd take the time to spend to really scrape it off really good, but it doesn't hurt to go into each other. I'm going to be doing it I'm going to be putting them all together and blending them. Okay, and scrape off you. Okay, I'll set you aside. Okay, we're going to take this white. I'm going to put some blue in it. Wipe up my mess. I'm going to put some green in it. I try and need to learn to do it instead of doing it towards me to kind of help you a little. And then I'll put some blue over here. And some teal over here. A little blue over here. A little teal over here. And then we'll do teal here in this corner. I'm trying something a little new. Normally they blend all together, but we're gonna do a little spoon swirl. And then we're gonna, because we're trying to see if we can get like an ocean wave effect. Did I show you what fragrance oil we're using today? I'll have to show you that in a second. I'll show you that to you when we do our in-base. Okay, so get some of this off. Good. Rags. Gotta have them near. And then right here, we're gonna add the blue. Scrape as much of this out as we can. I have like so many spatulas, like any soaper needs them. But I have like, I like the ones when you go to Walmart and during the, they come out with these ones now during the seasons. Like there's this one, that was for Valentine's Day. It's kind of like a little cutesy touch to it. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one I just showed you. And I'm just gonna kind of do like a little flip. So it kind of makes kind of a swirl. Those colors get blended together. I'm gonna try and not do it too terribly much. I'll do a little in the middle, because we want the colors to be blended and look like ocean waves, and I think that is pretty good. So now, in here, let's kind of set it up a little bit so it works perfect. So now we're going to take this and put it nicely into here. And you see that when it's not going and being sagged in, because none of this is hard right now. So I'm going to put that in for a second. I'm going to do that tap down. I know it's really loud and I'm sorry. Okay, And then we're gonna keep continuing to put the soap in. Hopefully I'm not gonna be too messy today on that. You never know. Whoops. Okay, get that down a little. Work my way. Try and get this, make sure all the corners got it good in there. So, put it on top, just pile it on. Hopefully, we're gonna plate the top a little bit. Hopefully, it kind of resembles the ocean. And the white is like when it gets all foamy, you know. Could have did it all dark blue, but in the blues, but I kind of like the white in there. I think it makes it a little softer. And this soap is going to have so much blues in it and brightness, so to have a softer colorant down here works pretty good for me. You know, it's all about each soap artist, if that's what you want to call yourself, what your perception of what you want is. Now I got it really high top. It's still a little bit fluidy, but we're gonna try and work with it here. So I'm gonna put all these here, call them my messies, and this here, and make some room. Okay, and I'm gonna grab another spoon. So these spoons here are stainless steel. I get them at Walmart. They're like, you get a pack for like $1. And so I don't have to take from the inside of the house, and it ends up being perfect. So I'm just gonna kind of be moving this around. It's gonna be a little messy. I'm not the perfect, most precise. I kind of get messy and then, you know, work from there. That's kind of who I am. My house is really, really clean because I don't have kids living at home anymore, but I haven't got that technique really good where I can do like some of these soapers do, and they do it just perfect. They don't get it on the edges and everything. But that's how you end up working. We're all so different, and maybe I'll eventually be that way. I don't know. I am who I am. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to kind of do where I'm going to be doing this side, doing a flip. See, it's in my mind it works out. We'll see if it does. Okay. Of course, I get it on there. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up a little bit because it bugs me. Start seeing it cleaner, it makes it prettier. Okay, and I'm far from done with the technique, but so I'm gonna go in and go a little deeper and do another little pearl. Just keep doing that. I'll end up with a little extra. I'll just scrape it over there. Try and do this. Okay, semi resembles a white. So I told you I was going to tell you what the fragrance oil is. This is what we're using today. Cobalt Beach Glass. And the reason why I have way too many embeds, but I'm going to make more one of these, so all these won't fit on. But I made these out of Melt and Pour. I did clear. See that? You can see through that. That's really pretty. I got some light colored. There's some white. Too high for the camera. And I just did pretty much the two colors of greens. These ones I kind of added a little bit of TD in it to give it a more of a kind of not so clear look. And so what I'm gonna do is just go around and put in some sea glass. Just different shapes. Oh, that one wanted to find its home spot. We'll put you there. And so kind of go until I feel like it looks pretty good right there, etc. And so I myself would totally love to go to the beach and find sea glass. It's so pretty. I love the beach in general, but I think most people do. Don't get me wrong, there's some people that are mountain people, and I like the mountains too. And that, but for me, the beach is just like, I can find so much calmness in the waves, and I just find it's my happy place. This tip, blush so sharpened. I love this blue one, that's my favorite one. I actually collect cobalt glass, and I have a pretty good collection of it. And I had it all displayed in these beautiful cupboards that had glass doors on them, and you can see all my different antique pieces and stuff. I ended up packing it and putting it away. I mean, every piece has got a memory attached to it for who gave it to me, and etc. But I have grandbabies now, and I had my boyfriend's friends would come over, and they thought it looked really cool, and they kept using it, and I would freak out. I'm like, that is like, some of them are very, very old pieces, and they were very expensive pieces. I have something called Vaseline glass. Some of you may know what that is, but I'll explain. What Vaseline glass is it's a glass that had uranium in it when it was made, and if you take a black light, it actually glows in the dark. Supposedly it is safe for consumption. I don't know if I would have ever, it wasn't from my era. I think it was like 50s, or maybe even as early as the 30s. It's been a while since I've done a little bit of research. It's kind of from the, I think maybe even pre or around the era of depression glass. I feel like right here should have a bigger piece, so I'm going to take that one out and put that one there. Okay, I think, let me turn it around and look from this end. I think little piece here, I think it's pretty good. What do you think? So within 24 hours I will cut this. I'll have to put it on the side because we don't want to hurt these embeds, as well as we got to be a little careful. It may have a little dragging, which means you'll get a little lines, which I'll have to clean up from the oats underneath here. But it smells really good. I'll get when I post it on my website, I'll put all the scent notes on it. But I'll see if I can do a close-up for you. How does that look? It's the waves and the beach glass. And then after I cut it, we will wait about 4 weeks, and then it will be put into our Creation Lab store, our Creation Lab shop in Etsy. I will get links for you guys, and also on our Facebook, Our Creation Lab, we will have it posted on there, so you can even just be on Facebook. It's where we got all the different events that we do. You get to see what we're working on before we got it done, and it's in the shop. And you also get to do drawings and different things that we do. Once we get 100 followers on there, we're doing a really good gift basket. So hope to see you there, and for now, this is our beach shop, still to be named. Thank you guys. We'll see you later.